When you think of Freddie Mercury, the electrifying frontman of Queen, what comes to mind is often the flashing lights, the roaring crowds, the unforgettable music. But behind the larger-than-life persona of Freddie Mercury, there was a love story so intimate, so profound, that it transcended fame, fortune, and even life itself. This is the story of Freddie Mercury and Mary Austin, two souls intertwined in one of the most endearing romances in pop history. It all began in the bustling streets of Kensington, London. In the early 1970s, Freddie and Mary first crossed paths at a neighborhood street market. Freddie, alongside Queen's drummer Roger Taylor, was selling second-hand clothing. There was no instant spark, no immediate whirlwind romance, but destiny had quietly woven its thread. Over time, Mary would confess, "It took me about 3 years to really fall in love with him. But I've never felt that before about anyone." Their love, humble and tender, started in a tiny rented room on Victoria Road. The couple had so little money that they could only afford a couple of curtains for the bedroom. They shared the bathroom and kitchen with another couple, yet Mary recalls this period with fondness. Despite their financial constraints, their bond deepened with each passing day. They were young, hopeful, and in love, oblivious to the fame that awaited them. When Queen signed their first record deal, the band was still finding its footing. Mary, ever supportive, witnessed their meteoric rise firsthand. Some of the first album's photographs were even taken in the very flat they moved into. Everything seemed perfect for the young couple. Freddie's talent on stage was undeniable. His charisma and voice were captivating, and Mary recognized early on that her partner was destined for greatness. But with success came change, and Mary began to feel a subtle distance forming between them. Freddie was evolving, his world expanding beyond the quiet life they had built together. "Here's a future star," Mary thought. "He's on his way, and I don't think he needs me anymore." Yet, Freddie still cherished their bond. On Christmas Day in 1973, in an attempt to hold on to their connection, he proposed to Mary. The proposal itself was a story in miniature, a series of nested boxes, each containing another, until she finally found the tiny box holding the Egyptian beetle ring. But their engagement never materialized into a wedding. The whirlwind of Queen's rising fame, the pressures of the music industry, and Freddie's inner struggles gradually diluted the idea of marriage into the haze of excess and stardom. By 1976, the truth of Freddie's identity could no longer be ignored. Mary had begun to suspect, and eventually knew, that Freddie had been involved in numerous homosexual relationships. Their romantic relationship ended, but remarkably, their friendship did not. She remained by his side, a steadfast figure in the midst of fame, excess, and personal discovery. Freddie, in turn, ensured Mary's security and comfort, buying her a £300,000 apartment and keeping her connected with Queen's inner workings as their trusted secretary, even as Freddie's life spiraled into the extravagant and legendary. Mary's presence remained a constant. She witnessed some of the most infamous moments in rock history, including Freddie's legendary Halloween party in 1978. Yet, when Freddie was faced with his greatest personal challenge, his HIV diagnosis, Mary was there, privy to the intimate details of his life. She knew the man behind the legend, the man whose charisma and talent had captivated the world, and she loved him unconditionally. Freddie's final days were marked by quiet courage. He made the decision to forego medical interventions, confronting death with dignity and acceptance. As Mary later reflected, he faced the inevitable with a calm resolve, leaving this world with a serene smile, a testament to his acceptance and inner peace. After Freddie's passing, Mary had to rebuild her life amidst the shadow of his immense presence. She inherited half of his fortune, including his royalties and a mansion, and became the keeper of his most personal secrets, including the location of his ashes. Through it all, Mary Austin remained a figure of unwavering love, loyalty, and resilience. The story of Freddie Mercury and Mary Austin is not merely one of romantic love. It is a testament to trust, respect, and enduring friendship. Even in separation, their bond transcended the ordinary, providing each with comfort, understanding, and a profound emotional connection that lasted until Freddie's final breath. In their shared moments from humble beginnings in Kensington to the dizzying heights of Queen's fame. From personal milestones to the quiet courage of facing illness, their story reflects a rare and beautiful type of love. A love that endured, evolved, and ultimately became timeless. Mary's reflections capture the essence of their connection. I always had Freddie to turn to, and he always had me to turn to, if need be. Suddenly, there wasn't anyone to help me. It made me realize that I wasn't as self-sufficient as I would have liked to have been. As much as I'd been a friend to him, I realized how much a friend he'd been to me, the fact of just knowing that he was there. Even as the world celebrated Freddie Mercury's music, Mary Austin remained the quiet, constant presence behind the scenes, embodying a love that was steadfast, unshakable, and irreplaceable. In the annals of pop culture, their story remains one of the most moving, intimate, and sincere portraits of a human connection that outshines even the brightest spotlight. Freddie Mercury. The iconic performer will forever be remembered for his unmatched talent. But the story of Mary Austin reminds us that behind every legend, there are people who loved, supported, and inspired them in ways that the world may never fully see. Their love was not defined by romance alone, it was defined by loyalty, trust, and a bond that could not be broken. As we reflect on their extraordinary journey together, it is impossible not to admire the depth of their connection. In a world obsessed with fame and excess, their story stands as a quiet yet powerful testament to what love, in its truest and most enduring form, can be. Freddie Mercury may have left this world, but the echoes of his life and the indelible mark of his relationship with Mary Austin continue to inspire millions. Their story reminds us that true love is not measured by time or circumstance, but by the depths of devotion, trust, and understanding shared between two souls. Mary Austin, the woman who understood Freddie Mercury like no one else, will always be remembered as the steadfast, loving force that stood beside him not only in life but also in legacy. Her love, patience, and unwavering support allowed Freddie to shine as the star he was, and in turn, her life is forever intertwined with his timeless story. And even now, decades later, their story resonates with fans across the globe. It reminds us that while fame may fade and music may pass through generations, the bonds of love and friendship are eternal. Mary Austin and Freddie Mercury's story remains a beacon of enduring human connection, a love story that will never be forgotten.